All right, this is the Cream Pod, episode 9. It's Cream Nation, baby. Let's go.
Cream, dude.
We're getting
Cream
it.
Elijah.
Yeah,
One.
talking for your ears. That's us. The Cream Pod.
So yeah, we're talking about designer, dude. Like Panda.
The rapper
Timmy,
designer.
Timmy,
yeah.
Tana.
I don't know why we're talking about it.
What the fuck happened to him, dude?
Joe was confused that where was he at in all the rap beef?
What rap beef?
Like,
Is he not on Kendrick or
designer
Drake's
even-
side?
weigh in on that shit?
Did Designer weigh in on Kendrick and Drake?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't think he has much to say.
He might have tweeted.
That's
an
valid.
opinion.
You think he did if you had to bet money on it?
No.
He leans one way or the other.
I don't think he'd make it public if he did.
Oh, he's Kanye's dude, right?
I think for a well, dude, I think Kanye took his song, like the chorus from his song, and put it on his album. And that song had already been out for a minute. And that kind of launched him into fame for a second. He wasn't able to like keep up the momentum.
What song was it?
Father,
Like a
Stretch
Bros
My
in a Minute.
Hands, Part 2.
No, dude. T-Lop goes hard as fuck, dude. Like, The Life of Pablo, I remember when that shit dropped, you, like, couldn't hear it. It was almost like a fucking, like, sneaker or some shit. You, like, couldn't get your hands on it. You have to know someone who bought Tidal. Remember Tidal? It was like
Oh,
Jay-Z,
yeah.
Spotify. That was the only way you could get the album. For, like,
It was on SoundCloud from the get-go.
No, it wasn't, dude.
Yes,
no
it
one had
was.
that shit.
It was on SoundCloud when that shit dropped.
Dude, it was not, bro.
It
Someone
was
might have,
on
like,
SoundCloud.
illegally downloaded it
Yes.
and put it on SoundCloud, yeah. No, that shit was always available.
I remember the first time I
Somebody
heard
put
that
it on
album.
SoundCloud immediately.
I'm calling Cap personally. Like, I don't know, but I would like to call Cap on that. But I remember the first time I heard that shit, dude, I was like, Future's going hard as fuck. I thought it was Future, dude. Like, when I heard the I got bros in Atlanta, like, Blazes, Phantom. I was like, that's like Mask Off type shit. Like,
What?
the first time I heard that song with Designer in it, that has the sample of Panda, I thought that was Future, dude.
No, everyone thought it was Future for like the first month that song was out.
Yeah.
I thought it was Future too.
I mean, Future goes hard as fuck, but like,
It would have been cooler if it was Future.
I was almost bummed out.
I was bummed out it wasn't Future.
I was like,
yeah.
wait, that's not Future?
Dude, Designer's so much lamer than Future.
He was like an ad lib
At this
person.
time.
I don't think so, dude. He works at fucking Kmart or something.
You think Designer is working a like real job right now outside
no,
of the
probably
industry?
not.
No.
Realistically, probably not.
He's probably like, yeah, like a fashion advisor or some shit, dude. Like, his whole thing was,
He's probably got something going.
get.
Yeah.
Like, he made a whole career out of just like making nonsense noises.
They were pretty good.
They were good, especially at the time, dude. Fetty Wap was going hard as fuck too.
Fetty Wap was cold as fuck, bro.
Like, he was on even a greater level than.
Isn't he in
Designer, I would say.
trouble? Isn't he like in prison now or something?
Yeah,
I think
heard
so.
that when he wasn't selling out as good, he would take the small crowds he had and like get a bunch of like ecstasy and shit and sell it to them. Like, part of like him pulling up in your city is like him bringing drugs, and he does a concert for like his small following.
Not that big of a deal.
According to the police, I guess it is.
Yeah, I guess it
Because
is.
especially you're doing that from state to state. Like, it's like a nationwide operation. It's not like you just did that shit in your own state. Like, you're on tour traveling, bringing drugs to different parts of the country.
Yeah.
So I feel like in the eyes of the law, like, it's one thing to have drugs, but like having drugs, but then like moving drugs places, I think is more serious. Like trafficking that shit.
I think they should just
Yeah.
legalize drugs. Like, why the fuck would ecstasy even be illegal?
I could
Like,
think.
is it that big of a deal, really, to anyone's fucking life if Fetty Wap sells a few fucking 19-year-olds some ecstasy at Kane's Ballroom or some shit? Like, who cares, dude?
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on if they die or not.
Well, I heard they tried that in some places. Like, didn't like Portland make drugs illegal?
I don't think. I don't.
or
know. I
not
don't think so.
not illegal.
Legalize certain-
Make them legal.
They legalized certain drugs or decriminalized them.
They did that, and another country did that, like Ecuador or something, bro. And they like ran that shit for like a year or so, and they're like, "Fuck no," and they're like Like I think that I'm pretty sure that Portland is recriminalizing the shit that they decriminalized, cause out of hand, dude. Like,
Well, this went too far.
well, I mean, but like, what's too far?
I never heard anything about Portland.
They're doing like they
decriminalizing all drugs.
decriminalized like methamphetamine and shit like that.
Yeah, I think it was during all the George Floyd shit, dude. I think they fucking were like, "Fuck it, everybody can do drugs now," and it's like ruined their city, dude.
Well, to be fair, their city was ruined before that. But let's see if they
Are you
recriminalized
looking
it.
that up?
Didn't you used to live in the city of Chaz for a little bit, and then you got butt fucked and had to run home, dude?
What the fuck is the city of Chaz?
I don't recall.
Or the People's Republic of Chaz.
So Portugal did it, and Portugal, I guess, was successful. But no, Oregon, Portland, is recriminalizing the
They
shit
are
that they
recriminalizing?
decriminalized. Yes.
Because it does sound good in theory. Like, all right, like, we nail the root of the cause. Like, I get that the cartel and shit weighs a big factor in crime rates and stuff. And if you decriminalize something and people can make it, like, within the scope of the law, like, it'll be safer in general. But also more people are probably going to be doing the drugs, dude. Like,
It almost
Yeah, dude, but I say they should be allowed to do drugs. Like,
50% more overdoses in Portland.
no, yeah, it'll go up if you legalize drugs. But like, why the fuck should the government be able to tell you you can't take a fucking drug? Like,
yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so what if you took
I mean,
a drug?
there's a lot that goes into that.
What if there's a drug that makes you crazy and it makes you fucking like beat up people on the street and like sexually assault girls and shit, bro? It's like 8 times out of 10 that's what's gonna happen when someone takes
But
it.
also,
I don't think that drug exists.
you got to look at it too. Like, the government's put out a society, basically, right, that we all live in and function in. So I assume, there has to be rules set.
I mean, yeah, you have to have some rules just in general, like for sure. But I'm saying that like that drug could exist. Like, is there any limits on what kind of drugs can be designed in the future? Like with advances in medicine and like chemistry and stuff. Like, could you have a drug in the future that you can get someone to do like whatever you want or something? Or like a drug
chemical, probably, yeah.
Like, is there any limit to like what certain drugs could do if they were like made in a lab?
Serum. I don't think you could like take over someone with drugs. Where
You
you're
could,
like
though.
commanding them like a robot.
Maybe. Like,
What
you're
about the movie
you're
Get
telling
Out?
Me in 25 years, bro.
The movie what?
Get out.
Well, I've never seen Get Out.
I don't know if they give them like drugs or certain, but I'm pretty sure they do. But eventually they just train them to fucking listen to do exactly what they want them to do.
No, I
But
haven't seen the movie. So.
But it started like basically like in terms of maybe like a slave, I guess. But they brainwash them technically, I guess. Like put them in front of this TV, play all this
We were
random
talking about
shit.
slaves earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, that was a good try. And continuing, but
Let's not interrupt.
yeah, that's not even that funny.
I had deja vu, bro.
Yeah, that wasn't
"Tracy's
good."
Talking a lot about slaves
But
today.
no, they like brainwash them and shit. I'm pretty sure they like give them some type of shit to like incite the brainwashing, and then eventually they just do whatever the fuck they want them to do.
Okay.
So, I guess it could play in, but brainwashing would probably, I don't know, play a part too. But I feel like there could be a drug eventually, especially because there's no ends to the technology that we have right now in our world.
No, I'm saying with like the progression of medicine. Like, can we agree that medicine's getting better? Like, is there any?
Are you trying to
limit
insinuate
on
the
to What
vaccine?
you could make a drug do? Like,
As of right now, yes.
like in a perfect world with perfect technology, could you make a drug that could get someone to like do anything? Like make someone like levitate or something?
Well, yeah. But
I
you're
don't
talking
know,
about a perfect
dude.
world with
I guess,
perfect
like,
technology.
I'm talking about the future, dude.
It all has to obey like the laws of physics and stuff.
I mean,
know?
yeah, but what if you could make a drug that could make somebody float while respecting the laws of physics, dude?
I think
Like,
that's
maybe.
impossible
There's
with
new
our current
discover-
technology.
Because have we discovered everything about physics? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really no
You're
like.
just asking a lot of open-end questions.
Well, I'm just saying, but like, if anything is possible, then where do you set the boundary for what you can do with something like a drug?
To
Like,
me,
should there be
that
no
does
laws
not
about drugs?
correlate like at all.
I know.
Here,
Should there be no
hold on.
laws about
What
drugs?
What
or
are you
not?
asking?
There should be
What
laws
is-
about drugs.
So, I mean, the initial question is, should the government be able to tell you what drugs you can take?
Oh no.
But I'm just saying that if drugs can do infinity things, because drugs are being
They can't do infinity things though. Like
But
as
they-
of today, like the world we live in right now, they can't do that.
Just saying in the future if they could.
well, but I'm just saying that they can in terms of how they're going to progress in the future, dude. And like some people think that there's drugs that people shouldn't take right now because they're like detrimental, no upside. Like, where do you draw the line, bro? Like, should people be allowed to smoke PCP if it makes people violent and fucking go crazy and shit? Like, should you just be allowed to smoke PCP if it makes you a fucking school threat every time you're downtown or something?
Well, dude, I think that you should get arrested if you fucking hurt someone or break a law. But I don't think that the government should be able to tell you not to do PCP. Like, alcohol can make you fucking wild out and punch someone in the fucking face, but that's legal and everyone does it not all the time. And most of the times you go out where everyone's drinking, it's usually there's no fighting or anything because everyone still like can respect like the rules and shit. Like kind of like same thing with acid. Like you hear people flipping out on acid and shit and they get in trouble or like they tweak out in public and like kick a cop or some shit. Like most people don't do that because they're able to keep their wits about them, like no matter what. Like no matter what, you're still held to the certain standard of the law. And so, but yeah, dude, you just keep arresting the people that get out of line, but you can't control people's lives.
I mean,
Right.
to me, that kind of makes sense, actually, dude. Like, you should, like, I mean, if you could handle yourself on PCP and not actually break any laws other than smoking PCP, I mean, maybe you should be able
And
to
I
smoke PCP
guarantee
if you
you,
really want
most
to. Like,
people that smoke PCP in their house and tweak the fuck out and don't hurt anyone.
yeah, probably.
And then you have a few people that they do some shit like, you know, the viral clips you see of someone like jumping up on a telephone wire or fighting like 20 cops and not getting tired. Like there's those
Maybe you
people
should
out there.
be able to do whatever drugs you want. If you, I mean, yeah, I kind of get that, dude. Cause like the whole thing, like you can like swing your fist as far as like someone's face
No,
is.
dude, because Portland, the whole reason that shit failed in Portland is because they let a bunch of people tweak out on drugs, then didn't crack the fuck out of the people that were tweaking out on the drugs. Like, if you take drugs and go out in public and do bad shit, and then you arrest every person that does that shit, you're gonna weed them out, and then the only, like, most, like, 99% of the people doing that drug are gonna be the people doing the drug in the house by themselves or just with the people they live with. Like,
Well, I think that's a difficult thing to do if you're simultaneously pushing to defund the police and like fucking remove police.
well, that's a
presence
whole
from the-
separate fucking thing. Like,
But I'm just saying they might not have that. Like that theory, like in theory, that sounds good. But like when you're also trying to do something that's like juxtaposed to that, like I could see not legalizing drugs
well, then it doesn't work.
being a
then.
bad
Like,
idea. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe drugs should be. I'm always with you on that, dude. I think that yeah, maybe you should just be able to do whatever drugs. At the end of the day, like I don't know, man.
I do believe in personal freedom hard as fuck. And I do think, like, you should be able to do whatever you want to yourself as long as it's not hurting anyone else. That's why abortion, I've always been on the fence. Like, I've never been able to take a side, like, 100% on abortion. Like, I've had moments where I was really leaning, like, both sides, like, in my life. But, It's weird because.
Abortion, I feel like, is definitely different than doing drugs.
Well, no, it definitely is.
I don't think abortion is a subject we should get into.
I'm just saying, with doing drugs, there's one party involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is a bummer. Bummer conversation.
Yeah.
But no, dude, let the people
abortion's
do drugs.
bad, okay.
Let Fetty Wap go fucking tour the U.S. and sell drugs to a bunch of private school kids who don't give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares?
Yeah, and they would do his songs.
Yeah, they don't do his songs that are fucking good. Fetty Wap made good songs.
Fetty Wap was
I don't know
good,
if
dude.
y'all don't remember, but Fetty Wap was like
I
that
remember.
fucking dude. Like,
Trap Queen. Those are like summer bops.
No,
dude.
Fetty Wap had his.
music as summer.
He had a
bops.
good run.
that is crazy.
Summer
He
Bob.
wasn't a one-hit wonder, but he was like a one summer wonder.
Can I grab a Zin?
Yeah, dude.
Smooth. Like pluck one of these out. Zin's the new
Actually, I'm gonna
Altoid,
put it on
dude.
the other side.
Like if somebody offered me a mint, bro, like as a grown man, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you, fucking gay? Like, but if you gave somebody a Zin, that's like fucking straight. That's straight bro shit, dude. Like, the new mint as a man is a Zin, dude. Like, if you have Tic Tacs in your fucking pocket, that's fucking gay as fuck, dude. Like, a mint Zin is a breath freshener, and it's a fucking the best form of nicotine. Like,
This conversation
I agree.
only holds to nicotine addicts. You think the average motherfucker on the road that does not use nicotine is going to be like, yeah, like, let me have a Zen over a fucking, like, Altoid or a piece of gum or Tic Tac?
I mean, but like, who the fuck is eating Tic Tacs in 2024? Like, does the average person do nicotine? Like, do you think more people do nicotine than not?
Let's say more people don't.
You
Probably
think?
more people don't. At the like, it's usually anything that exists.
Adults, though, not
Yeah.
excluding children.
Well, I work
Yeah.
with a lot of
Well,
adults,
here,
and I'd
anything
say
that exists, probably more people don't do it than do it. Besides, like, drinking water and shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about the TV, like, think about the biggest TV show you can think of, like Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad.
Even like
or-
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like, like, at the end of the day, most people in the world didn't watch the Super Bowl this past year.
Yeah, well, definitely in the world. But like, how many? Doesn't the Super Bowl get like 100 million viewers or some shit?
I don't know.
I think like
it's
literally.
a shit ton.
I think it's like a quarter of the U.S. watches the Super Bowl or something. A third. I think
I
it's
don't
a
even know.
high number, but less
That's
than.
still a
it's,
minority,
It's
yeah.
still not most. Yeah,
No.
it's less than most.
Nicotine's probably more popular than all that shit, though. It's probably close. I bet you, like,
Is nicotine bigger than the Super Bowl?
40% of adults do nicotine. That's what I would say, like, 40.
But dude, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because we used to work at the vape shop.
I don't
but
think
to
it's
me,
up
it seems
there.
Like everybody does nicotine.
I was
dude.
just thinking it's probably not even 40. It's probably
because
like
I
20.
can think on one hand how many people use nicotine that I work with, and I work with a lot of grown men.
Do you
sounds
wanna,
gay,
Do you want to
but-
look up what percentage of adults use nicotine in the world?
I would say it's probably, if I had to guess, between 30 and 40. After talking about it for a little bit.
My final
say
answer is
lower
20%.
than that.
20?
20%,
Greater than, I'd say
yeah.
greater than 20.
I.
That's only one out of every 5
What's your
people.
guess, Trey?
I'd say around like 20, 15.
15? I think y'all are on the under, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, like a shit ton of people use nicotine, dude.
I think it's like, it's probably
Nicotine's great.
less than half, but greater than
Dude,
20, dude.
especially since they have Zins. Like, I'm sure Zins are bad for your gums and shit. But at the end of the day, I saw that thing where the dude ran all the tests on Zins, and it's like just straight nicotine. Like, is it gonna get safer?
Yeah, it's like
than this?
pure, yeah.
22%.
22. But you have to think that's the people who admit to nicotine use. Like, what percentage of people who use nicotine don't admit to?
Was that in the U.S.?
That's in the world.
In the world? I don't know. Maybe that is what it is. Like,
How many people-
There's a margin of error on that.
How many
one,
people
dude.
are lying about using nicotine though?
What percentage? I would say probably like 30%. Like,
People are lying. What
Look
Why would
up
you
what
lie?
percentage of adults in the world lie about their nicotine use?
Like,
Why would you lie to somebody about using nicotine though?
because you conceive it as something bad and want to portray yourself as something that's not that. Like, I would say, like, if you ask, like, a girl who, like, hits a happy stick, like, a few times a day, like, but wants to quit if they use nicotine, they'll be like, no, like, I don't use nicotine. Or if you ask, like, someone's mom who's been, like, battling, trying to quit cigarettes or something, and, like, they smoke, like, a cigarette, like, when they break, but it's, like, a few a week, like, they would be like, I don't ever use nicotine. Or especially, like, if that data was pulled from, like,
I just
when
don't think
people fill out
anything
the forms, like,
any of
at the
this
doctor,
accurate.
like, people are incentivized to say they don't use something like
Well,
nicotine because of the health insurance.
Some people probably did lie on there when asked, but dude, how do you even find that out? Like, can you even find that out? Yeah,
You
I
don't.
know.
You have to have, like, the book of magic truths.
It's probably a little higher than the stat we saw, like the true number. It's probably like 30%.
Bro, yeah, 30 maybe. But I think closer. If I had to, if, like,
You don't think?
I know it's
one
subjective.
in every 3 adults uses nicotine. That doesn't
I
sound
think
like
more
a good
than that,
number.
bro.
You
Like,
think more?
I think that if I, like, had a book of truths, and we can't verify, but, like, I would say close to 50%, bro. Like, pretty close. Probably under 50, but pretty close to 50%, bro. Like, nicotine's huge, dude.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think
Like, what
so.
percentage of people use caffeine? Like, I feel like it's second only to caffeine, dude.
Caffeine's
caffeine.
extremely different in my opinion.
That one's
Everyone
over
uses
half.
caffeine.
Because everyone I know at the dealership that I work at uses caffeine, but I could count on one hand how many people smoke cigarettes, Zen, or vape.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like some people are low key, dude.
I don't know. I just don't.
Caffeine has to be like
Caffeine-
75%,
Dude,
bro.
it almost feels like 100%. Like, do you know a single person that you've never seen drink a coffee or an
They're just
energy
like, what?
drink or a?
Well, dude, according to the fucking shorts I've been watching, Mormons don't drink any coffee.
I saw that. Why the fuck don't Mormons drink coffee?
I guess it's like alcohol. Like, you can't drink caffeine, like anything that's like a drug, technically. Like stimulus.
It was on the rock, dude. It was on the rock.
I guess it was on the rock.
It was on the rock that they found
They
it.
said, yeah, cut the coffee out too, bud.
No coffee on the rock. What else is on the rock?
You have to suck Joseph Smith's dick 20 times. Like,
I was actually thinking about Mormons after our podcast. The last time we talked about it, it was either the last one or the one before that. We talked about Mormons.
there was some Mormon speak.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, how fucking crazy would it be if out of all the religions in the world you die and it was like it was the Mormons that were right?
Joseph Smith comes out.
I would be like, fuck.
Like, you've been
Like,
drinking all that coffee and only had one wife?
They were
Like,
talking all that
You
shit.
only had one wife?
like, you
laughing
fucking
at South
pussy.
Park.
Yeah.
I would just be like, okay. I would be like, all right. I feel like I would almost accept going to hell. I would just okay, like no.
Like, you
y'all
die
got
and
me. I don't know. You were
see,
right.
like, fucking Muhammad or something, and you're like, fuck. Like,
Well, dude, if that's what it is, then it's like okay. Well, then it was like a fucking 30% chance that was gonna be it anyway. Like if you just poll everyone.
But if it's Mormons,
Yes, bro. I would be like, what the fuck? I'd be like, are you kidding me?
if it was Mormons, well, Mormons are Christians.
And God's standing there, but
right?
he was like, no, it's the Joseph Smith guy was right. Like that was real. No, I'm serious.
Like, no, that rock was really glistening that day. Like, he was seeing some shit. Like,
he's awesome shit.
I was like,
I think he just accidentally ate like a wild mushroom or something.
I think that he made that shit up, bro.
I think he made. If I had to like bet my money on it, yeah, he made that shit
I
up.
think he made it up. I feel like that's the most likely explanation, dude.
Yeah.
Cause how fucking credible is that, bro? Like, it's like the least credible thing ever, but like,
I will say my source on what the Mormons believe is through that one episode of South Park.
mine's not too much past that.
But from what I've heard, they got it pretty right.
So we're relying on our history from an episode of South Park.
Dude, for some
They told the
reason-
story.
No, dude, for some reason, Mormons have been messaging me on Facebook lately.
Saying what? Have they watched the Cream Pod?
I had made a post, and one of them was like, "Hey, how long have you been like doing something?" And then I got another one the other day from a different Mormon dude who was like, "Hey Nick, what's your favorite Bible verse?" And I looked, and I'm friends with these dudes on Facebook, and I was like, "Did I just accept their friend request, like not thinking about it, like just clicking through?" Really, who the fuck are these people? And I looked at the other Mormons on their mission.
I've been added by several Mormons in the past month on Facebook, but I don't accept them because I don't know them. But I think that's like part of the new wave of, because I think part of being a Mormon is that you have to go like spread the message of Mormon
dude,
for a
part
year.
of being a Mormon is you have your mission and you got to go like door to door and shit.
Yeah, I think that like in the new age, they're like, all right, it's Facebook. Like you have to like have a social media. Like they're adjusting to the times. But I mean, I'm not accepting it because like I have no interest in becoming a Mormon, nor do I know them. And I think it's kind of stupid, bro. Like I hate to be a hater on being a Mormon, but like it seems kind of stupid, bro. Like
It does kind of feel just like almost kind of like instinctually wrong to down talk someone's religion, but Mormon, yeah, it just seems
like it's almost instinctually right, dude. Like throughout history, people have been down talking other religions, dude.
I don't know. Every time I like dog a religion, I am kind of like.
What if they're right?
But I don't know, dude.
It
Like,
almost is like, what if they're right? Or that is
the
like,
Mormons, nah, dude.
No, well, no, probably not them. That's
Not
why it's
them,
easier
bro.
to be like, fuck them.
I'd
Yeah.
be pissed.
There's a lot
Right.
less likely.
Cut. No more Mormon slander.
Oh, that shit's retarded. How do y'all feel about cold approaching girls inside of the wolf trap, dude? How do y'all like? Do you think that the cold approach when talking to girls has to be a part of your game if you want to get laid, dude? Like cold
Like-
approach meaning that like you don't
Like,
know,
you
like,
ha-
you're
yeah,
just
you have
walking
to.
up
What do you-
spitting game, dude.
If you want to like get laid regularly without being in like a serious relationship, yeah, you will
Yeah.
have to do stuff like that. Or you're just spamming the Tinders.
Because,
and,
like, how many, like, to meet girls organically, like, you'd have to meet them through, like, what motherfucker, people do, like, CrossFit and shit. Like, what happens when you pipe the girls you got a CrossFit with, bro? Like, it's done. Like,
Yeah.
no, you tap the reservoir.
like, I heard some people talking shit on the cold approach on the internet, dude. Right? Like,
What's bad about the cold approach?
they're saying you have to be, like, a fucking narcissist to, like, pretty much approach a girl at the bar and try to fuck her, dude.
That's not true.
I was like, yeah, sounds like you, like, just because you struck out. Like, I feel like everyone's, like, tried. It's almost instinctual, dude.
Well, dude, it just kind of goes down to how you think about it. Like, saying you're a narcissist for approaching a girl you're interested in, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
But, see, I
I'll
think
say
the
there's
interested.
something- I would say
in
there's
part
something
is-
wrong if no one's doing that.
So this
But-
is he saying you're a narcissist because you're only interested in having sex and approaching her, or is he just in the dead journal of approaching girls blindly?
No, I think it's the combination of, like, you not knowing a person and being like, damn, like, I want to, like, fuck this girl tonight. And, like, approaching them and, like, who's someone you don't know. And you don't know, like, how they're going to respond to whatever you're about to say to them or anything. Like,
Well, dude, that's kind of just the game, and a lot of chicks want to get fucked.
that's
Like-
facts, dude. I feel like that's not even accounting for the amount of
So,
girls who want to get fucked, dude. Like,
I think that kid just
No, whoever's on
Can't
the internet
approach
saying
girls.
that, they kind of got it all wrong, dude.
well, they probably have a problem approaching women to be like to start with.
Well, no one who's getting a shit ton of pussy is sitting there on Reddit like chiming in.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't even think anyone who's getting a shit ton of pussy is active on any subreddit.
Somebody, dude.
Oh yeah, there's probably someone out there who fucks a bunch
Somebody.
of chicks who's like a moderator or something.
Do you think anyone's ever gotten a bunch of pussy? Like, not even a bunch, but like a certain quantity of pussy, like multiple bitches from their Reddit clout? Like, clout
Yes.
specific to Reddit?
There has to be
Yeah.
someone. I don't know. Has anyone gotten famous from Reddit? Or
You're like, hey, I'm anonymous 616. Like,
maybe they had like a little. Maybe they were a moderator on like a little niche subreddit, and they kind of pivoted that to a YouTube channel or something. Is there anyone like that y'all know of?
I know, not that I know. of.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that's happening.
The answer
yeah.
might be no. I can't.
I can't think of any.
Name.
See, I've gone to Reddit for like video game advice on a few shit. I've accidentally clicked like the join subreddit stuff. And there's like games that I haven't played in like years, and I get like notifications about the subreddit like to this day.
I'll get random. Yeah, I have it set up like that. I'll get Power World still.
Dude, Power World was
Bro, I
sick.
swear I joined. Looked up some Shogun stuff one time, and I get Shogun every day now.
You probably accidentally joined the subreddit. You probably clicked. like,
Probably did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Reddit's gonna update you on anything concerning nerds, dude. Like anything that's like any sort of fiction, bro. Like,
Well, they won't update you unless you join the subreddit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like if you're seeking information on things like video games or like really video games is probably the
Low
thing you can get the
key,
most informed
dude.
about.
If you are trying to like say you're fucking with some software and you have an issue with the settings, I feel like that's one of the best like Q&A places to refer to.
Yeah, Reddit's good for
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of. There's a lot of shit that like technical shit. Reddit's probably the best place.
Oh God. Or like if I'm looking up a video game and I want to know what the best build is for my character, like I way rather hear it from some nerd on Reddit than like look up an IGN guide.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy you can have an issue that you feel like is like really specific to you and then type it in. And like someone has had the exact same scenario played out for them like 9 years ago and like wrote something about it on
No,
Reddit.
dude, when we had that issue with the podcast on Adobe, how I fixed it was eventually I found some dude on Reddit who said he had the same problem and found a solution, and that solution worked. And, yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Did
Reddit solved problem, yeah.
Did you
so
upvote his Reddit? Like his.
it was episode, so y'all would not have gotten episode 7 if it weren't for that
Whoa.
Redditor. So
Wow.
Shout out him.
Yeah,
I hope he gets
thank them.
extra chicken tendies for that shit. Dude.
I hope he gets extra chicken tendies for that too. I hope he made Senpai proud.
Wow. Bro, that wow
Wahoo!
shit used to fucking play in
A
every
little
Mr.
like
Beast
anime
video.
wow, like
Yeah, it's just
yeah.
fire. But back, dude, to cold approaches, to me, dude, I feel like the most expert level cold approach is in the gym, dude. Like, that's like level 10 cold approach, dude.
Also, though, but the gym, I don't think the cold approach is good in the gym because in the gym not necessarily like a place that you go to socialize versus like a bar, like people are there to
Well, my thing on
socialize.
that is, like, it's not necessarily, but, like, if the girl's into you, she's into you, bro. And, like, at the end of the day, if that's the only place you're seeing the girl you want to talk to, like, you got to talk to her there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and,
No, a cold approach at the gym can be crazy.
it's high stakes.
It's high stakes because you can't get kicked out of the gym. Like if you,
I mean,
if you could make that girl uncomfortable or you say the wrong thing and maybe like you just gross her out or something and she goes, like they'll fucking revoke your membership.
to get a membership revoke, you have to be kind of out there, bro.
You would have
Yeah,
to
you gotta be
tripping
doing
about-
some wild shit.
But dude, shit can happen. Shit can get taken the wrong way. Like something you say that doesn't seem weird to you might seem.
I
weird
mean,
to, like,
yeah, but I feel like if you're acting within like
No,
a reasonable,
I'm just saying
like,
that it's high risk and low immediate reward because you're not taking her home from the gym.
all right, so that
You're
so
not.
you're not taking her home from the gym, so it's low.
Speak for yourself.
Like it's potentially higher return because girls at the gym are generally hotter than girls who are not at the gym.
Well, she's
because
at the gym,
She's
yeah.
because she's at the gym. And second of all, bro, it's hard because they're always wearing earbuds, bro. So like, it's not like anything organically is going to happen.
Well, she's focused on something.
She's doing something.
Yeah.
And she has like one of her senses is removed. So you'd have to like tap her on the shoulder and then have something to say that justifies you like interrupting what she's doing. So I feel like that's what makes it so hard, bro. Like,
What's your go-to?
my like to talk to a girl, bro.
One,
In the gym.
I will say.
In the gym?
I've never approached
That's
a
a
girl
hard
at
one
the
for
gym.
me, bro. I mean,
Have you ever approached a girl at the gym?
cold approach? No.
Yes.
I spit some
Like
game
a
at the
girl
gym
you
before.
don't. No. You know, a cold approach at the gym.
No cold approaches. I'm no cold
Of
approaches.
course,
at the gym, bro.
because it's bro, it's high barrier, but it's not completely out of the fucking.
No, I mean it's
not
not
crazy,
ridiculous,
yeah.
but it's like you're playing the like you're out there, dog. Like if you're cold approaching a girl at the gym, bro, especially if you like, it's one thing to do it to one girl who's kind of like stuck out to you. You made eye contact with her or like giggled up front with when you guys were checking in. But like a girl you like don't know, especially several girls you don't know at your gym, like if you did it like a few times, you have to be like you are out there trying to fucking you're on some fucking
That's
hit
something
shit.
I forgot to mention is that this isn't something you can do every time you go to the gym. Like it's not like you can strike out with this chick and then go to the next one.
You got a few swings at the cold approach at the gym, bro. You don't have too many swings, bro. Like
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. So
you're gonna be that dude.
how do we get to the gym?
I brought that up because I think from my experience when I've like thought about cold approaching, bro, there's girls who I've thought about cold approaching at the gym, but most times I'm just like, nah, bro, because it's just the situation, bro. Like,
Now that I think about it, dude, I think all of my cold approaches in my life have been from social situations.
social, bro.
Like a get together, a party, you're at a bar, you're at a club. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's the place where it's most socially acceptable, and that's a place where people go to have the opportunity to do.
Yeah,
stuff
people
like
are going
that.
to mingle. Like
Yeah,
everyone knows what's up.
but the gym is tough. But it's like I feel like it's I don't know. But at the same time, it's girls who work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's spitting this.
Is it empty?
Yeah.
No.
That's where girls work out. So
Gym
girls are hot at the gym.
Might not be the best thing.
Or it might be, bro. If you could master that.
Well, not the best, but it's a good one. Especially, bro, like if you're trying to like get a girlfriend, you know, that's probably if you're gonna cold approach like with the motive of having like a long-term partner.
Yeah.
The gym is probably a safer bet, even though it's higher risk. It's probably a safer bet in the long term than a cold approach at like the bar.
Yeah. But you have to be looking for that long-term relationship.
Because at
dude.
the end, yeah,
like, what girls have you
Yeah.
cold approached that you're looking for a long-term relationship for? It's almost like
not really.
Counterintuitive.
Dude. I feel like every time. Yeah, every time I've had a girlfriend, I've kind of met her like organically. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the girlfriends I've had, I've met in different ways.
Like I've never walked up to a chick and been like, "Let me get your number," and then like a month later, she's my girlfriend. It's always been like I met them somehow, like naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the most common way for sure.
I guess it's the ideal way. I don't know.
But I've had a girlfriend that like, I've had two girlfriends
Cold
actually.
approach girlfriend.
Yeah. I've had a cold approach girlfriend, dude.
Where'd you cold approach her at?
The pool, dude. At the pool. At a country club, dude.
Nice.
But I don't know. I was just like, fuck it, you know. So I don't know. Maybe you should cold approach girls wherever. But I don't know. The pool is kind of inherently a sexual place, dude. Like, if you think about it, like, you're already
Right.
halfway naked.
I want you to note that, as you said, the pool's inherently a sexy place. You were an employee at the pool. You met this girl.
I mean, yeah,
and you
bro.
were on shit.
And I was being sexy, dude. Nah, bro. I was a sexy employee at a sexy pool, and a sexy girl walked in, and things ended up getting sexy, dude. Like, I guess that makes sense. It's par for the course, honestly. Like, bro, we've been lifeguards together. Is there not a sexy vibe in the air when we're lifeguarding, dude?
Dude,
When all the girls are around and stuff, like,
when we're lifeguarding, we did lifeguard quite a bit. It was about almost 10 years ago.
yeah.
But no, lifeguarding did kind of have like a sexy,
It got
a
sexy.
It was, there was
Sexy,
like a
dude.
sexy air to it.
Especially because it's for a summer.
Everyone's in your underwear. You know, dude, most people are in shape that take on a job like that, you know.
Most people are in shape, bro, in your underwear, and it's for a summer. So there's like this feeling of like temporariness, like spontaneity.
No,
or
you get
whatever.
to have a little like fun, like sexy time job.
Dude, it's kind of fun, sexy time when you're at the
No,
pool as
dude,
a
we
lifeguard.
were talking
dude.
about that not long ago. Like, no, as I gotten older, the amount of like fun, sexy situations I get into has diminished to actually zero.
Dude, when I was a kid, I was being fun and sexy all the time.
when you
bro.
were a kid,
Well, I mean, when I
Wait,
was
what?
like from ages like 14 to
6 years
to
old.
like
from
19
ages
years
8
old,
to
bro.
14, you had fun, sexy time with your karate instructor.
I feel like fun and sexy things would happen often, bro. Cause it's just a fun and sexy time.
no, it's just happening. Like skinny dipping type situations.
Skinny dipping, bro.
Dude,
Girl busts out the alcohol and you're like staying at her parents' house and like she's being naughty, dude.
like,
Like
when's the last time you were skinny dipping? With,
as an
like,
adult.
chicks? Well, I mean, when's the last time you were one just being in a body of water that's not your shower naked?
Well, dude, things like
And,
when I went to Charleston, South Carolina.
On top of that, girls being there.
Charleston, South Carolina, 2 years. Was that 3 years ago? I went.
It was like 4 years ago.
No, that was 4 years ago, dude. I think it was 3 years ago. I went, dude.
What year was it?
2021.
That was 3 years ago.
Summer, so a little bit less than 3 years ago, dude. Me and my friends skinny dip with some girls at
You
the
and your
beach,
friends
dude.
skinny dip some dudes.
Yeah, dude. A bunch of dudes, bro, skinny dipping. Nah, I mean,
You're all skipping through the beach together.
dude, gay dudes even skinny dip, bro? Or are they just like, do they skip all the bullshit, bro, and get down to it? Like, I feel like they wouldn't even, like... I think gay dudes are... I don't think they even fucking care about skinny dipping and shit, dude. They're probably doing fucking...
You feel like you're speaking from like experience.
I mean,
This
that-
conversation got way off the track.
That's what I think, dude.
I like
Like,
it.
Then we revert back.
I mean, I think that fun, sexy time, bro, when you start passing the age of 25, it's really hard to come by, dude.
No, yeah,
Because-
a situation where I don't even know.
Like a situation.
You know,
Because I feel like a lot of that shit, like, comes from, like, trying stuff, like, for the first time and, like, acting crazy. But, like, girls past the age of 25, like, they've acted crazy a few times before. Like, this isn't their first rodeo.
yeah, it's
Like-
it's
So, like, if you are with some girls past the age of
the
25
aesthetics gone.
and they're being fun and sexy, it's, like, kind of, like, eyebrow raise. Like, I think this bitch is fun and sexy a lot of times, you know, for a lot of people. So
Is
it's
that a bad thing?
It's a different aesthetic. They got different auras, bro, radiating off.
No, yeah, it's not the same. You just want like if
Like
you
past college.
like if you are 27 and you're a lifeguard at a pool, you're not having as good of a time as like the 19-year-old.
And if you are, bro, someone needs to fucking
Yeah,
investigate
dude,
your
if
ass,
you are,
dude.
you're going to jail, buddy.
If you are 27 and you're tripping, bro.
You're
Like,
tripping the fuck. You're either doing something illegal or you're really pushing it.
See, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're 19, But like these NIL players, bro, you see people going back to NIL like NCAA college sports, and they're like, is there a former MLB player who's like 27 is going to be a receiver for Arkansas next year? You all seen that shit?
Yeah. No, I heard about this.
Like, could he go fuck a bunch of 18-year-old girls? Is that cool, bro? Like,
I mean, he's wilding.
I mean, is he wilding if he goes to the school? Like, at the end of the day, it's kind of contextual, bro.
Well, I don't know. He's kind of.
He's still 28.
Well, no, I don't know. Like,
But
he's
at
not
the
doing
school,
anything
bro,
illegal. And at the end of the day,
like it is what it is. Like,
You're
18's
past-
18, bro. Like, what's even the... Like, if you're at Arkansas and you play on the football team, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel it's kind of contextual.
okay.
Like,
And
I mean, I don't know. I'm just... Simply an observation, dude.
okay,
I think it is what it is, man.
I'll remember your observation.
I mean, I don't know. I've been working on my 40 time, bro, in the backyard.
I'm gonna have to remember this conversation when I'm asked to testify.
I've been thinking about trying out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trey's been throwing me routes in the backyard and
It's not good.
Pissing in the wind on that one,
I've
buddy.
been watching a lot of film.
Dude, I guess Xbox is like going out of fucking business. Apparently,
It's not looking good for
not
them.
going out of business, but like, y'all know what I mean. It looks like
Doesn't look like they're going to be like a competitor anymore.
Well, dude, it's like, is this gonna be the last Xbox? Like, Xbox is still gonna exist, like, for a long time.
If
but-
I had to bet on it, I'd say that we see another Xbox, dude.
Dude, I almost feel like that's up in the air. Like, Xbox shut down like 5 studios they acquired less than 2 years ago. Pretty much any exclusive that's been on Xbox is coming to PlayStation now. A quarterly report came out. PlayStation outsold Xbox 5-1. And there's been leaks. So apparently, this is a reliable leaker that gave this, but at the end of the day, you have to take these with a grain of salt. There was a Discord conversation with an Xbox employee saying that, like, there's talks of either, like, if they do make another Xbox, they're gonna have to, like, integrate it with, like, Steam or, like, the Epic's game store, or Xbox is gonna have to turn into like an Epic game store or like a Steam type service.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if they can make consoles, bro, and people will buy them, like, they'll figure out a way. But I don't know, Microsoft's huge. Like, if they see the whole, like, branch of Xbox as being something that's, like, less than, like, worthy of them putting their time into, they could cut it off.
I'll just say, dude, if Xbox fucking dies like as a console, I would be bummed out, but like I'll accept it.
I mean, I'm not sure you're gonna have a choice, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I guess you'll have
just
to.
not
Well, I'm
accepting
just
it look
saying,
like-
I'll be like, okay.
yeah, fucking PlayStation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Xbox over PlayStation.
I do
personally.
like Xbox overall, but it's not looking good. They shut down Tango GameWorks.
Just saying, you guys might have PlayStation soon.
Yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
Fuck, maybe, dude.
Dang.
Dude, just Game Pass is so sweet.
So long.
I feel like VR is slowed down. I
The
feel like we're
war.
hearing a lot about VR, dude. And not as much anymore.
Well, I think it kind of hit a wall. On
Like,
what's
is it
possible.
plateaued in how cool it can get?
I think it has. Yeah.
For now, probably.
You see that shit Disney's rolling out though, like the floor. Did we talk about?
We
this?
talked about that on the
Yeah,
last
we
one,
talked
yeah.
about this on the last one. Yeah.
But I've seen that floor even back in, like, we've been seeing that floor since, like, 2021,
No,
2022.
no. They had like a new tech demo like within the last month, bro. They had the dude in his room and they had like a whole section of it cut out and he's walking on it. and
Would you?
shit.
I definitely have seen that way before, like, this last month. That, like,
Was it real or was it just like
no,
AI?
But, like,
no, it was like someone demonstrating.
no, it's a real
that
demo now.
technology.
But I think the news update is that they're gonna roll it out into Disney parks. Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
VR, dude.
No, VR is crazy. I've only used VR a few times, dude. And shit, I don't remember if I told this story on the last podcast, but I was house sitting for someone once. They had a VR headset, and I was using it. And what I was doing is I was jumping into those VR chat rooms. You know, you see the fucking YouTube videos where like someone's Winnie the Pooh and the other dude is like SpongeBob or some shit. I was like up in that shit, and I was like Invader Zim running around. And I don't know, it was trippy. It's weird as fuck to put it on.
But if you think about it, like, what's the two things that, like, the two senses that humans rely on the most are sight and sound.
Oh fuck, dude, we did talk about this on the last podcast.
And that's like the most, the most advancements have been made in sight and sound. Like, if humans, like, hunkered down and figured out, do you think they could figure out, like, touch and taste and smell?
Well, that's like the wall is like impact.
They're working on touch right now.
Yeah, that's the.
But I feel like that's, like,
Yeah.
of course I don't know how to fucking get that shit going. But I feel
The
like it's
taste and
possible, dude.
the smell would be easy. Just letting out like certain fragrances.
Like, someone would tell you that a video is not possible a few hundred years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Someone would be
Yeah.
like, dude, that's not possible. There's, like, no way, bro. But they know that light could be, like, bounced and shit. And, like, I feel like you could do the same thing with all the other senses if you, like, galaxy brain that shit, dude.
It
Someone's
could
going to
be-
do it, bro.
I mean, they're working on it. No, yeah, I think the wall they've run into, like we said in the last podcast, was like the feeling of impact and like directional movement when it comes to up and down. Because, you know, that VR floor shit, like that does seem like it's just like the ultimate answer to walking around like in a virtual reality. But how would you, like, is it going to be like, what if you're walking downhill? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to be able to
limited, bro.
Are you going to be able to feel that when you're doing it? I don't know. I do think eventually it is going to get fucking crazy sick, though. Because who would have thought the floor shit was possible 10 years ago? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the floor shit's not, like, too far out of the, like...
I'm ready for them to put it into the Disney parks, and then we'll start seeing videos of people going there and fucking with it and shit. And we'll start seeing reviews and stuff.
Bro, have y'all seen any of these videos of fat people going to Disney and fucking, like, fat testing shit? Because apparently a lot of Disney adults... Like, you guys are familiar with Disney adults, right?
I am.
Like, some adults squat up, and they're, like, usually, like, single, like, weirdos who are fat, and they go to Disney, dude. And, like, apparently, I think the Avatar ride is, like, the main offender. Like, the motorcycle one where they have to, like, press some shit over you. And they have, like, a... You can, like, size yourself. There's, like, a test motorcycle. It's like, if you can't fit in this, like, don't stay in this line. And, like, people have been fat testing shit around Disney, dude.
No, you shouldn't be fat.
A lot of people, that's, like, a whole thing. Like, fat people, like, fat testing shit. That's a whole, like, branch
I've
of
seen
content.
them do that with airplanes.
The whole body
Restaurants.
positivity thing is literally just in like telling people it's okay to be unhealthy and fat. Body positivity is fucking ridiculous.
Like, why would it be okay to be fat?
Yeah, because it's something you can change. I
Because it's
don't
my
know.
body.
Well, dude, just thinking, I don't know, this attitude that, like, the world should accommodate you.
Yeah, like, you don't have any control over yourself, and you're just perpetually a victim.
Like, you're going to have a bad time all the time then. Like, if that's your attitude. Like, if you're a fat person and your whole attitude is the world should accommodate me being fat, and then you go outside and the world's not accommodating you being fat, obviously. Like, yeah, you're going to be bummed out all the fucking time. Like, that's just the wrong attitude to have.
We went to that concert, and the guy I sat next to was fat as fuck, bro. The My Chemical Romance concert.
Yeah.
Dude, he was, like, in my seat, bro. Like, he was so fat that, like, my seat's here, and he's, like, protruding through my seat. And I'm like, dude, at what point do you have to get a second seat?
I think I remember this guy. Dude.
I mean, he was cool, but, like, at what point do you have to get, like, on an airplane? What if you're traveling to Australia and it takes 14 hours? Like, is a fat dude allowed who's like 600 pounds to sit in the middle and fucking like lay on you the whole time? Like, is he allowed to touch you, or should he have to get 2 seats?
Should have to get 2 seats.
I don't know.
Like, I think there should be a weight limit on some things like that. Like, there's no weight check on like Ticketmaster or anything.
I actually do remember that dude, the fat guy.
Yeah, he was cool,
He
bro.
was. I was about to
He
say
was
that
cool.
dude was cool though. Yeah.
He was fat as fuck and was in my seat.
that dude. He was a ginormous person.
Yeah.
He was cool though. That guy, dude, I don't know. It does seem fair if you're that obese that you're taking up. I mean, if you're physically taking up 2 seats, you should have to pay for 2 seats. Like, if part of you is like pouring into another seat.
But not the whole.
That's
type
where I
of-
think it should be. If, say, me and Nick are sitting here, and my fat is rolling over to any part of the fucking line, like even a fucking inch, you should have to fucking have 2 seats.
Yeah.
But how do you even
does
test
seem
that?
fair.
Like,
You fucking
sit
look
in
at
a
'em?
fucking seat.
well, people buy the tickets ahead of time.
Dude, there should be like a fucking warning or something. I don't know. But the
You should
thing
be able to
is,
get removed from the plane.
any company that
that's
did
what
that
it come
would-
down to. You should be able to get removed from the plane.
Any company that did that would receive so much backlash.
Because I guess they're victims, dude. Like, I've seen like these fat people on the internet, and their whole attitude when they don't like fit in like a booth or something at Chili's. Like, first of all, you don't need to be at fucking Chili's because you're fat as fuck. Like, you need to be on the treadmill, or at least
Get
at
a
home.
salad.
Nah, bro. Even though salad, bro, fat people will eat a salad with a bunch of ranch on it on top of what they're already eating, dude. That's a classic.
If you
fat person.
if you just drain your salad in dressing, it's not even like salad. Ultimately, if you're using a lot of dressing, it's not good for you.
I mean, yeah, bro. And even like salad is meant to substitute something in your diet. But like if you just throw a fucking salad, bro, on top of your day of eating, you're just throwing like another fucking sometimes like 600 calories, bro.
I
Some
should
of
say
these
at
big
least
ass
400 or
Big
500
Mac
calories.
salads, dude.
Especially when you're adding all the dressing.
But no, when you see him complain about this shit on the internet, they're like, I'm a victim because the world hasn't accommodated for my freak show fucking body, dude, that I've let get this fat. Like, it's like, no, you've made society a victim because you're that goddamn fat and you're taking up an extra seat at the MCR concert and you're fucking at Chili's. Like, you have made society, like, anytime you impact society negatively like that, like, usually it comes with some sort of law enforcement, bro. Like, should the government be able to tell you that you're too goddamn fat, bro? Especially if you're going on airplanes and shit and fucking Disney.
No, dude. I don't think that the government should tell you how fat you should be. But, I mean, if, like, a company wanted to make a policy like that, like, let's say an airline wanted to make a policy that if your fat sags over the armrest, you have to pay for 2 seats. Like, I don't think a law should prohibit that.
Yeah, I'm not sure it does.
Yeah.
But, no, bro. I don't know.
And also,
The fat people
you know,
entitlement's
like,
crazy,
the people making videos like that, like the plus size, like friendly audits.
Yeah.
That's a very small, very vocal minority. That does get a lot of attention every time they do make a video.
Because
like that.
people recognize it's, like, absurd, dude.
And also,
like,
it feels like almost everyone that they do make goes viral. You know,
Because
what
it's
I'm
so
saying?
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very, like, dude, most people that are overweight like that, like, it's a struggle. They're ashamed of it, and maybe they're not doing the right things to take care of it, but they're thinking about it, or they're trying
Hopefully.
to take, like, little steps, even if it is, like, the wrong steps
I
inadvertently.
think a lot of them don't give a fuck.
I mean, no, yeah,
bro.
a lot of people don't give a fuck.
Because to get that
but-
big, you have to not give a fuck.
But, like, it's nothing they feel good about at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody feels
most
good about it.
people aren't that entitled.
I don't know.
So
I don't know if
it's,
that's true.
I mean,
Bro,
that's what
I-
I think.
I think
yeah.
people are
I
entitled.
agree with both, and I think it kind of comes down to this certain type of person, and it's like the overweight plus size model woman that thinks that shit should be a certain way because she's a plus size model. In reality, she's fat and unhealthy.
It was just crazy, like, that we know the most about health and shit. And, like, we know for sure that being fat makes you unhealthy more than ever. Yet, at the same time, it's more acceptant to, like, play into these fat people's bullshit than ever before.
I mean,
bro.
in
Like,
our country specifically.
like, I don't know. I feel like it's the same thing with therapy, bro. Like, you see people, like, more people are going to therapy than ever before, yet we have more depressed people than ever before.
Yeah. And
Like, is it healthy for you to have a therapist be like, hey, like, yeah, like, you feel that way because, like, you're depressed. Like, you are depressed. Like, you're really sad. Like, you're a victim. Like, you gotta love yourself more. You have to think about yourself more.
Well, dude, there's something to that, like what you're saying there. But like back to the like those fat friendly ass videos. The type of person who makes a video like that, if they weren't fat, it would be something else. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Yeah, they would
really
just
the
have
type of
something like that.
person to pay the money to go to Disney World, then walk around with your phone out and pick out little things that aren't fat fuck friendly, like.
Yeah, I mean, you probably
Even
making
if
some
you
sort of
if
other
you
bullshit
weren't
content anyway.
if you weren't fat, it would be the color of your skin. If it wasn't the color of your skin,
It'd be Israel Palestine.
yeah, it would be something. It's just a certain type of person, bro. But no, what you were saying about therapy and shit. I mean, that's a different subject, but I do agree with you on that one.
What's this whole thing that, like, you should be thinking about yourself more, which I feel like inherently makes you less happy because you're, I mean, just being selfish and thinking about yourself, I feel like isn't good for you. And, like, establishing, like, this victim mentality and being like, oh, I am depressed. Like, that's, like, a tangible thing that I am. Like, literally, if you just told yourself you weren't depressed and then went to the fucking gym and ate some good foods and tried to make yourself better and set some goals, like, that's all you need to, like, I feel like depression's not even real, though.
Well,
I get people are depressed,
I
bro.
heard this lady on Joe Rogan. She was like a psychiatrist or something. And she said a big part of that is just like taking a person, then having everyone around them tell them to constantly think about how they're feeling, like, is naturally, like, gonna freak someone out. Like, if you're just telling someone to constantly, like, really think about how they feel at all times and how every little interaction, like, what triggers what emotion.
Who fucking cares how
Like,
you feel?
you're gonna
bro?
freak someone
Like, that's
out.
what I don't get. Like,
And
who
they're gonna
cares how you
not
feel?
be good.
Like, if you want to operate, like, as a human, like, as the best you can and try to live the best life for yourself, like, why the fuck would you sit around thinking about how you feel? Like, that fluctuates all the time.
But at
like,
the same time, there's a limit to that. Like, if you were just miserable as fuck all the time, like, you would want to sit down and be like, okay, like, what the fuck is making me, like, this miserable? You
yeah,
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
for sure, bro.
Like, there's a limit to these things. Like,
you
don't-
should think about how you feel sometimes.
You don't want to sit there and just think about your feelings and act on your emotions all the time. But at the same time, you can't just completely ignore them and block them out. And at the end of the day, like, they are indicators to how things are going, like, outside of you.
Well, I feel like how you feel should influence what's important to you, bro. And then what's important to you should be carried out by you in a way that doesn't take into consideration how you feel, bro. Because what's important to you, you're going to pursue regardless.
But I'll say,
Like,
regardless of what you think, I don't think that people should just be taking a bunch of antidepressants and stuff.
No, I don't.
Like,
I think that's the opposite of what they should do.
like, you can't think of yourself as, like, just being, like, a victim or something.
Like, under what authority does, like, what research backs that someone taking antidepressants makes their life better, bro? Like, where is the data for that? Like, at what point did doctors come to conclusions that, like, hey, like, this person should take this foreign substance that's been invented 20 years ago, and that's going to make their lives better?
Because it gives them a hit of dopamine, and they get addicted to it, and they make
Which-
a lot of money.
And yeah, because they make a bunch of money, bro. I mean,
It's
that's
all
cliche. Like the
circulated.
whole pharmacy's a scam.
It's
big
not
pharma.
cliche when it's like just a fact.
But but it's kind of a fact.
Well,
Like, it's
become
cliche.
a
but, like-
cliche because it's been a problem for so long. I think it's like the whole pharmaceutical industry and like how expensive
Bless you,
medical
dude.
stuff is.
Thank you.
It's one of just like the downsides of capitalism. Like there's pros and cons to like every like economic outline, and I think that just like the cost and how like sometimes monetary gain like will override like the intention behind some of the stuff that goes on in that industry. But like there's
But at the same
sides
time-
to it
No,
because
yeah.
like
We have
you
the best
know,
medicine in the
yeah,
world,
it's
dude.
the best.
Yeah, I mean,
Oops.
I'm just saying that
you
it's,
interrupted.
it's like capitalism, in my opinion, is
Go
the
on,
greater
though.
good, dude. Like the greater good is capitalism. Without capitalism, we wouldn't be advanced like we are today, especially in things something like medicine, like what we're talking about. But like the byproduct of like people pushing these drugs to get people hooked on things, like bro, like why would someone need to take something that makes them like fucking retarded, bro?